Day 19. I'm on my daily walk that I was really hoping was going to be foiled today with the rain, but as you can see, it's beautiful bright blue skies, puffs of cloud here and there. It is going to get cold, but no rain for the foreseeable future, so I'll just have to keep walking. Day 20 of lockdown. This is my 4th day in a row of doing my hour-plus long walk. I think I've done 6.5 k's today. Just about back home, and I'm gonna get into the shed today. Other than that, not much to report. It's pretty boring in lockdown, but tomorrow's 3-week anniversary, so we're getting there. Okay, here we are back in the shed. I've just spent probably about 2 hours on this tailgate. I had to cut it so 1500 paper wet. I used some warm water in a bucket because it was too cold to use the water out the tap, and sanded it where we had bits. You can see the fan over there. That was especially where the air's blowing. That's where there was quite a bit of shit all up this edge. Let's have a look. If you can, I don't know if you can see in this piece. Where is it? There. There's a bit of shit just there, and that is you know, a bit of fibre landing in the paint as you paint, which you can't stop when you haven't got tack cloths and you haven't got proper extraction and whatnot. Yeah, you get them in booths, but not as much as, you know, I kind of did here. So we have to get rid of all those lumpy, bumpy bits and then polish them up. And I don't have my U-Butte Roops machine, but I do have one here. But so it's a bit tedious, but I got through it. We're shined up now, and we feel nice and smooth. So pretty much ready to flip it over and start putting it together. Taking the other one apart and putting this one together. But check out this behind the fan. Where is it? On the plastic, like that was clean. That's all the overspray and dust. That all gets blown in the job, and it's all over the fan. It's crusty, and you know, that's all the overspray and the dust all gathering. But won't be doing any more painting for a few days. I do have a bit more to do, but we'll get this tailgate sorted and on, and you know, see the end of the car dealt with before we move on to the next bit of process. There is the old tailgate. Our issue is the wiring. As you can see up the top there, I've pulled out the washer nozzle from the other side, so there's the washer hose, and it all goes through into one hole there for the wiring that goes through to the car for central locking and washer bottle and stuff, windscreen wiper. That's got to go down there. We've got these little puppies here on both sides. They have to, they do the demister for the window, and then we have all these plugs and these wiring. Now they've all got to come out as one, and I haven't quite decided, but I'm pretty sure that's all going to run up and come out this hole, because these plugs are not going to go through that hole. So then the problem we have is, how do we feed it through the new one? So Callum gave me a hand to flip it, and then what we've used is whippersnipper wire, and the pair of us just spent a few minutes feeding them through. So I fed through the one for the hose, for the washer nozzle, the top of the window, and I fed through one down that, down, and that comes out here. Then I've got another one that comes in there, and I've done one on the other side. So we've kind of set up our wires to be able to pull through, but it's still going to be quite fiddly, and that's going to probably be the worst part of this job. but at least we're on our way now, and we're on the home stretch. And the easy bit, the fit out, is just undoing screws and nuts and bolts. And the actually these are going to be another bit of a nightmare. Where these screws screw into, those little clips there, they actually come in from behind. You have to squeeze them together and push them out, which is not very easy when it's behind a panel. So some of them will come easy, some of them will be hard, and some will probably break. But we'll do our best. So I'm just about ready to grab everybody and chuck this thing on, even just loosely, but we did hit one snag. Goes on this thing here, and it's that thing there. It's a bit of a bother. It just touched it and it snapped. It's really important though, because if you have a look, it goes on that little rod there, and there's several of them. There's one there, and there's a couple in behind as well, and they've all got to do with the locking mechanism and, you know, the undoing. So this one is, you know, for opening and shutting of the door, and we won't be able to do that, so I'm going to have to wait until Toyota's open, or we can find a wrecker that has that little piece, because it can't be mended. And yeah, it's a bit of a bugger, but it's always a risk. But everything else went quite well, and I can't put this in properly until we actually hang it, so I can put that through the hole, which is why it's sitting up on a precarious angle. So I'm going to go and grab a few bodies and hang this thing on the back of the car. Woohoo! Well, there it is. It just took 4 of us to put that sucker back on, and it's on. It's not lined up yet. It's by any means finished at all, but it'll take 2 of us to adjust that, opening and shutting and adjusting hinges and things. It's a little bit skew-iff, a little bit out on this side, a little bit too across on this side, but you know, it's well after 6 now, and dinner's up soon, so I have to go inside and clean up a little bit and have some dinner. I've plastic that off for the night. They're not predicting rain, but they do. It's quite dewy at the moment, quite heavy dew, so I don't want anything inside, and you know, there's an odd chance it may rain too. So she's all set up for the night, and play around with her again tomorrow. It's good to see that new panel back on, that's for sure.